Redditors who have won a lifetime supply contest. How did you win? And how's it going? In college, I frequented a specific Jack-in-the-Box that was walking distance from campus. I'd occasionally talk with the manager, who was a pretty cool guy and one of only a few people I knew who were into the World Cup. One day he says, "You want a lifetime supply of milkshakes?" I thought he was joking, so I was like, "Sure." And he handed me a huge stack of free milkshake coupons. Not so much a contest, but I guess I won the prize for friendliness. Once won a year's supply of the Tropicana juice drink. Was awesome, but you could only buy 4 cartons a month with dated vouchers, so it never really felt as magical as I was hoping. 9-year-old me wanted like a dedicated Tropicana faucet in the kitchen. When I was a kid, there was a phone-in competition to rename a popular children's cereal. It cost money to vote as it was a premium number, but my mother let my younger brother vote for fun. What we didn't know at the time was by voting, you'd be entered to win a lifetime supply of this cereal, and my brother won. So they called up and our mother told them we didn't want it. My mother ruined our childhood by telling Kellogg's we didn't want their lifetime supply of cereal. I could be eating that right now. 16 years later, I could still be enjoying that cereal. This was in the 90s. My granddad won a lifetime supply of Reader's Digest. He was the only doctor in a small village in India, population under 1,000. He started stacking them up in his clinic, and the village kids would randomly browse through them. As long as there wasn't a rush or they weren't being loud, my granddad would let them sit there for as long as they wanted. I spent my summer vacations in the village with my grandparents. My parents had moved to a nearby city long before I was born. And so it happened that every summer, I'd come to the village to find my rural friends speak better English than anyone else in the village, and in some cases better than my English school-educated city friends, and sharing jokes from the "Life's Like That" and "Laughter is the Best Medicine" sections. Every time I think back on it, I feel happy and proud of my granddad. When I was in college, a guy in my fraternity was featured in a Nike running commercial. He was paid a fixed amount and they would randomly send him shoes throughout the 2 years I knew him. After he graduated, shoes still showed up at the house every quarter until I graduated. The funny part of the story is that he was on the university cross-country team, D1, and when he signed the paperwork, it voided his scholarship. The coach calls him in his office and berates him for a half hour on how he, quote, screwed up his scholarship. His response was priceless. "I have 4 more semesters and Nike paid me enough to cover in-state tuition for that time. Also, I hate running, but I'm good enough to have gotten a scholarship. Now, I have school paid for and will never run again. Good luck to you all, though." Won a lifetime supply of knives. I guessed correctly how many sheets of paper the knife could stab through. After I broke the first 2, I was told my third was my last one. Apparently, the knives were supposed to last a lifetime. I went to school with a kid whose mom won a lifetime supply of aluminum foil. They wrap everything in foil. His whole lunch every day was wrapped in foil, sandwich, fruit, etc. And then they make one of those baking pouches, and that's his lunch bag. When we had dessert potluck, his cookies came wrapped in foil. I asked him about it, and he said that they even wrap all their Christmas presents in it, and they still get too many boxes of it. They give it away to friends and family. This is something I had no idea could be a problem until I read about it. When Naked brand juice smoothies first came out in San Francisco, I happened to be a homeless vagabond. I sat there by the trolleys with a sign, "Homeless, hungry, anything helps." A nice lady was handing out free coupons to try out this new juice at Whole Foods. She saw my plight and was probably sick of handing out coupons, so she dumped hundreds of them in my hat. I lived off of Naked fruit juice smoothies. Every day I would walk into Whole Foods and redeem one of my coupons. I had a seemingly endless supply, and the company hadn't put much information on them, so they didn't expire. Someone grifted my bag though a few months later, but I was so amped up on B vitamins and antioxidants that I chased him down. He said sorry and shared a huge package of imitation crab with me. I made a new friend and bought him some Naked juice with my coupon. I ended up losing the rest of my coupons by being an idiot, but that's when I sort of had a lifetime supply of something. My friend and I were in a competition at an arena football game to win, quote, free pizza and beer for a year. The first person to kick a field goal from 15 to 20 yards away would win. Apparently, their definition of a year's worth of pizza and beer is 12 24-packs of beer and a large Rocky Rococo's pizza per month for 12 months. We had to pick up all 12 cases of the beer from a distributor at one time, so we had a party. Obligatory not me, but a friend. A friend of mine won a lifetime supply of pizza from Pizza Hut. They calculated his age, the average pizzas a person consumes per year, did some mathematical calculation, and FedExed him a check for $37,000. In my book, he won. Want to win a lifetime supply of free YouTube content? Subscribe to Am I the Genius or Am I the Jerk, linked in the description below. Thanks for watching! Not me, but this happened back to a good friend in 2010. He was wasted waiting in line for Late Night with Jimmy Fallon. Got asked if he wanted to do a skit involving punching balloons on air. So he gets on air and they dress him and two other people up in karate uniforms. The two other people go and kind of try to get some balloons, but you can tell they were shy. My buddy gets up there completely drunk, and Jimmy asks him his name. He tells them his name is Sho'nuff, the Shogun of little town in Northeast to protect his privacy. Questlove gets up from behind the drum kit and gives Sho'nuff a hug. My friend proceeds to ninja kick all the balloons, and Jimmy tells him he just won a lifetime supply of soft taco kits. The Roots play a theme song, Who's the Master? Sho'nuff! I lived with him at the time, and we seriously had 2 pallets of taco kits dropped off at our house. We had them in the cabinets, living room entertainment center, gave them away. But, 1,000 boxes of taco kits is hard to give away. We donated about 200 when we realized we wouldn't use them all. Flash forward 2 more years, 2012, and he once again got back on air to tell a story of how he woke up drunk in a casino elevator. Sure enough, The Roots again play his theme song. I cannot find a YouTube link, and the link we put up was taken down for copyright and cannot find it on Hulu. TLDR, friend got 1,000 taco kits, quote, lifetime, from the Jimmy Fallon show, and The Roots made a theme song for him. He's now been on Jimmy Fallon 4 times since. My wife won a lifetime supply of pet food for a cat. They didn't even bother sending product. They just tacked another few $1,000s onto the $10,000 cash prize. That was a nice little windfall. The only weird thing was that it was paid as a stack of maxed out Visa gift cards. You can't really pay things like mortgages and credit card bills with what amounts to a credit card, so we ended up using the gift cards for things like groceries. It's pretty amazing how far your paycheck goes when your bill for food and incidentals is effectively zero. Didn't win, but received a lifetime pass for a music festival. So far, there have only been 2 years of festival, but they just confirmed the 3rd. 2 of the best weekends of my life. Would recommend. Edit, received it by attending the festival announcement party. Everyone got an envelope upon entry, which clearly had passes in them, but said not to open. At the end of the night, if you still had a sealed envelope, they gave you a, quote, lifetime pass. I think about 20 out of 200 people maybe. When I was little, I won a lifetime supply of apples by correctly guessing how many were in a barrel. There were 110 and I guessed 109. The prize was 110 apples at a time each month. It was insane. After the first delivery, my parents begged them to stop. It's impossible for a family of 3 to go through 110 apples before they rot, and our neighbors stopped answering the door when they saw my parents standing there with bags of apples. Grandpa negotiated free cell service for life for him and his wife when the cell company wanted to put up a tower on his farm. After a few years, they started getting charged because the tower was bought by another company and they wouldn't respect the deal. Not sure if this counts, but I got free cable from Cox Communication because their equipment at the drop almost burned my house down. They gave me every channel and internet. Well, some time passed, and they sold to Suddenlink, and I thought nothing of it. Well, I got a bill 2 months later for $600, and I was like, what? Suddenlink refused to honor our agreement with Cox, and to this day, I refuse to pay that bill, and our internet is under my new wife's name. Not a lifetime supply, but my grandpa enters every contest imaginable, and once won free tampons for a year. My sisters and I got to take them because my grandpa doesn't have a uterus. The things he had to post on Facebook to get entries were hilarious. All things about being a strong, independent woman. That man has no shame if it means he can win even something completely useless to him. Edit, for those who are curious about other things he's won, I'll see if I can send this to the editors. Here is a picture of him next to his own life-sized bobblehead of himself for your viewing pleasure. My mother won a lifetime supply of Pez on Let's Make a Deal. It was a few cases of dispensers and candy. I'm really into competitions, and although I've never won a lifetime supply of anything, I've won a year's worth of cheese. Twice. The first time was 12 vouchers, but for the second one, they actually sent me 2 massive screw-off cheese wheels. They were like 25 pounds each. I cut them up and filled my fridge and freezer, and the fridge and freezers of my friends, with cheese. It actually froze and defrosted really well. I'll be eating that cheese for ages. A friend of mine won Lifetime Sonic on a radio contest. Every month, he gets a Sonic gift card for $200, and he takes everyone up there for a free meal and spends the rest buying random people's meals. My friend won free chicken from Raising Cane's for life. In order to claim his chicken, he had to present the card given to him. After a few months of free chicken, his wallet was stolen, putting an end to his free chicken. Somebody was very happy when they saw that card in his wallet. It wasn't a lifetime supply, but I won free pizza for a year from this bomb place, Pizza Rev. I only got one pizza a week, but most of the time I'd go with friends, family, or dates, and they'd just give me the entire party's pizzas for free. So really most weeks, I got 2 to 4 free pizzas, and I never missed a week. They knew me by name there, and all new employees would greet me with, "Hey, it's free pizza guy!" I miss that free pizza. Won a lifetime supply of Chuck Taylor Converse. Basically, they sent me 12 vouchers for a free pair of Converse. You could pick high or low top and the color. I think I still have one of the pairs, and the rest I gave to friends and family. Our elderly neighbors won a lifetime supply of Snickers. We have a very large family, parents plus 10 kids. And the summer I was 7, my father was injured at work. While waiting on workers' comp to be paid, our electric, water, and gas were all shut off. Our neighbors ran a hose to our backyard for water, an extension cord for a microwave, and gave us dozens of cases of Snickers. We lived the entire summer on candy bars and ramen. I can't stand the stuff now. Okay, but mad props to the neighbors though, they are the sweetest people. I have a friend that did an Arby's commercial years ago. They gave him an Arby's card that could be used for up to $20 or $25 a day. It's like a gift card that gets topped off daily. Only bad thing is, he can't save the credit to make a big purchase. It has a cap of $25. Not so much one, but my mother-in-law has free broadband for life. Company needed to run a line through her garden. Mother-in-law says sure, but I want free internet forever. Hasn't paid a cent in 2 years, and the disruption to the back garden was minimal and easily fixed. I won a year's worth of burgers from Jack in the Box in college. They gave us 156 cards that would literally work for any burger or sandwich on their menu. I gained about 15 pounds, and then I started to use them as trading tools to get my stoner friends to do stuff. It started with, if you run down to 7-Eleven and get me a Gatorade, I'll give you 1 burger card. And then turned more into things like, you drink that bong water, I'll give you 3 burger cards. It was glorious. The cards definitely didn't last me a year. Not myself, but my aunt won a lifetime supply of donuts from Krispy Kreme. In reality, they just gave her a crap ton of vouchers for a free dozen of donut boxes. I don't remember how many, but I know she got a box a week for at least a couple years last I checked. She won it by being first in line at a new store opening. Why she went, I don't know, since she wasn't like the donut queen or something. Won a lifetime supply of free coffee from a brew shop in town. I guessed correctly how many beans were in a tall plastic cylinder. Shop closed 5 months later. In 2009, I entered the mychipotle.com contest with a music video and came in second place. Second place prize was $5,000 and a party for 50 of our friends at Chipotle. Everyone ate for free. Winning that was awesome, but honestly, the best part was that after the contest was over, Chipotle asked me how many people were involved in the making of the music video we made, and then sent a deck of playing cards for each person. The catch? Each card in the deck of cards had written on it 1 free burrito. Yeah, including Jokers. 56 free Chipotle burritos. Since I was the first person to find out and receive these decks of cards, I kept it a secret. I called each person individually and said I had a gift for them. Seeing them open the deck of cards, figure out what it was, then react to it was the best part of this whole thing. Each of them volunteered their time to help make the video with no promise of winning or any reward. So, all in all, no lifetime winnings, but to a bunch of teenagers, it certainly felt like a lifetime of burritos. Didn't win it, but once I was driving down this crappy dirt road and found a pile of thousands and thousands of AA batteries. No idea how they got there, but they were pretty fresh, no corrosion. So I took a 5-gallon bucket, filled it up, and went on my way. 4 years later, I'm about 3 gallons in, and they still power my Xbox controllers. I guess I should add this interesting detail. Strangely, they were Kodak brand. Like they were supposed to be in disposable cameras or something. They didn't ever last very long, maybe half as long as Duracell/Energizer, but they were free. I won a year's worth of ice cream. The deal is for 1 pint a month. Here's the kicker. I live on the other side of the country from the ice cream shop. My parents love it though. I've heard of actors, comedians, and celebs doing Taco Bell commercials. They get a lifetime supply of Taco Bell. They send them special Taco Bell currency after they run out, usually enough for months' worth of Taco Bell. The Sky Dome held a naming contest back in 1987, 2 years before it opened in downtown Toronto. The contest winner, picked at random from the many Sky Dome entries, a play on the stadium's retractable roof, received a lifetime supply of tickets for any event at the Dome. The stadium has changed ownership multiple times, and even the name has changed. It's now the Rogers Center, but the prize is still being honored. I won a lifetime supply of coffee beans for having guessed how many beans were in the tall glass jar during a competition. They arrive faster than I can use them, but the beans are high quality and make fun gifts for friends who like to grind and brew. My aunt won a lifetime supply of rice-a-roni from The Price is Right. She used to get them faster than she can use them, but now, understandably, she's sick of it, so she just stockpiles them in her rice-a-roni closet and donates hundreds of boxes of them at a time. Yes, she has a closet of rice-a-roni. The neighborhood kids love her. Probably too late to answer, but I get to mention my favorite aunt. She passed away 5 years ago now, and a lot of her competition wins were still active, so technically were for her lifetime. But really, she was just the luckiest person I knew, other than dying at 45 of breast cancer. In the time I was aware of her competition entering, she won a car, a free cruise for 2 people for life, a lifetime supply of ice cream, dog food, and some type of chicken nuggets. She won a Coke vending machine that will be refilled for free monthly for a year supply of spaghetti, a lifetime supply of dishwasher tablets, multiple holidays, a free landscaping of her yard, plus tons of stuff I can't remember. She absolutely loved entering competitions and actually had a dedicated room in her house for it. She was actually pretty good with tactics, tended to enter comps that required answering a question with more than 25 words, because she said these were least likely to have lots of entries. I miss her dearly. She was so full of life and loved talking about her hobby. As far as I know, the lifetime supply of things she won actually continued after her death. The ice cream and dishwater tablets, anyway. My high school geometry teacher's son won a contest where he was featured on boxes of Kraft mac and cheese and also got a lifetime supply of it. He had a picture of it / a cutout of the box on his desk, which was hysterical, and all I remember was him complaining about how sick he was of mac and cheese. I won a lifetime supply of Vegemite. It was only 2 jars. When I was a kid, I won 2 free Blockbuster rentals a month for life. It was awesome for a while. Now, it's not going so well. It wasn't a lifetime supply, but it was a year's supply of flavored milk. The company hosting the competition is based in Perth, Western Australia. The goal of the competition was to rename each flavor of milk to something uniquely Western Australian based on its color. In my case, I renamed the spearmint flavored milk, which is green, to Transperth, which is the public transport service in Western Australia. I came in second place for my submission and won a year's supply of flavored milk. Unfortunately, they couldn't figure out the logistics of sending me the milk, so in the end, they just transferred the equivalent amount of money into my bank account. I think it was about $1,200 or so. The money is long gone and well spent, and the irony is that I don't think I spent any of that money on milk. Go figure. I won a year's supply of Whataburger. Won it in a raffle at the opening of a new restaurant. What it really was 52 coupons for free Whataburgers. So basically, 1 burger per week for a year. Edit. Because of the popularity, I guess I will expand upon this story. I was 14, I think, when my family won this. I am now 17. Once a week, my family would go to Whataburger, and because of the terms of the coupon, one person would get the free #1 combo, and everyone else would get what they wanted, but we would pay. Honestly, they still made money off of us doing this, even though they gave away 52 free burgers. I am still glad though, because it gave us an excuse to eat Whataburger every single week, and who wouldn't want that? When you subscribe, make sure to hit the bell to turn on notifications. Put the playlist on in the background to finish listening to all the stories linked at the top of the description. And if you like Am I the Genius, Give Am I the Jerk a shot, linked in the description too. Either way, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.